see what we got here. Building materials, newspapers. This looks like all building materials. Brush, yard cleanup, old couches, always a popular item, and mattresses. Tennis ball, pieces of carpet. But it all gets swamped under so fast, it's really even hardly worth saving. Although, you know you could build hundreds and hundreds of houses with the things that are thrown away. Just in a given typical remodel where you tear apart, you know, half a house, throw it in a dumpster, it comes out here and it's just gobbled up. This stuff isn't, you know, none of this is particularly useful, but it would be in Mexico, boy. That'd be somebody's little house right there. You got the ornate roofing, walls, structural pieces, couches, and look at these. These are handy and extremely comfortable. Matching set. In fact, now this, see, I feel this is where I get into that kind of emotional connection, because you think of all the people that sat in these couches. Like, we have two couches, and we have one of them's called Mustard Mayonnaise because of its color, and the other's called Curly Boy because it's got this black thing, and both of them were free couches that were thrown away just because I really, you know, as a consumer that I am, I haven't gotten to the point where I can spend $400 on a couch yet and really feel good about it. Plus, we got animals that would scratch them up. So anyway, we always get these couches that are toss-offs, and those couches have taken on, you know, personality. So, you know, in our house, these two chairs would be called, I don't know what, you know, some matching twin name, and they would have, you know, the cats would have been in on them, and the dogs, and they would have, actually there's 4 of them here. And here they are, you know, kind of at the graveyard. I mean, this is the end of their lives. You think of all the TV that was watched sitting in those chairs. And they're just waiting. They're in a sentence of death here. Here's a, you know, fold-out couch. And they're just going to be swamped under. That's all building materials. Tires. Here's this Vietnamese woman with a load full of tires. What is, you know, what is that all about? That maybe they probably picked up a building in the valley somewhere, you know, they had a bunch of tires in the back that somebody was saving for something, and they're cleaning it out, they're turning it into a grocery store, got to get rid of it, need the space. They're not worth anything, I guess. There's a whole bunch of tires up there. You know, in New Mexico, they're making houses out of these. That's that wonderful old idea, you know, like the houses out of the car lids and stuff. But nobody's got the time. But maybe it's also, it's just not, you know, not productive. Over here, we have the things that I really always liked the most were, you know, what I always looked for were in the dumpsters, you'd find places that were taken over like that, and you'd find people's desk drawers, you know. Oh God, is that a condom? Jeez, if it is, it's a big one. Well, but you'd find people's desk drawers and photographs, and so I used to always collect photographs, and then I started to realize that there were these dumpsters outside photo labs that had photographs. And one day I was in San Francisco, it was during the Jonestown thing, and I was walking back and I stopped at my dumpster. God, here's a Visa card, Prudential. Do you know my name? And I found all these photographs of Jonestown, of these dead bodies. And it was like during the day, you know, during the time that Jonestown had happened, it was photographs taken by a TV cameraman who'd flown in with the first group of people that went in to look at the dead bodies. And I knew that because I'd seen his TV show the night before. And so I took all these photographs, I had like 60 of these photographs, and I took them home. And then I had this feeling like that the photographs had been that close to the negative, and the negative had actually been at Jonestown, you know, and that somehow they were contaminated, and I kept washing my hands, you know. It's like all night long. Oh, here comes the bulldozer. So this is the end. We might see the actual demise of this. God, look at the scoop on that thing, too. So step back a little bit, we might see him do in these blue chairs. A tragedy in itself. But there is that feeling like you're, that's, I think these kind of things, like the sorry card, you know, sorry, you're gone. That feeling of the objects. Like, here's something. Show the flag and let it wave as a symbol of the brave. Let it float upon the breeze as a sign for each who sees that beneath it where it rides, loyalty today abides. Show the flag and let it fly, cheering every passerby. See, there's a... Oh, see, this is what I mean. I think this is like somebody's... This was in the bottom of a... This is like an office file of some sort. And so there's like this person... Ah, there's the flag. Da, 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 da. You know, they talk about burning the flag, you know. I mean, see, if this happened, you wouldn't be able to throw something like this into the dump, you know, because it's a sacred symbol. But that's like the kind of... Oh, now wait. Oh. See, really, once you start to look, you realize that everything you need is here. That Frisbee's gone. I feel like I should take it. Actually, I should take it because Mick, my dog, loves Frisbees. Here's some personal stuff. Boots, nails. See, here's like, you know, oh, well, here's tools. Now, this is like it broke off, but it's still good that way, you know. This was a building project, and somebody had this cord. And for some reason, maybe the cord doesn't work anymore. We don't know that. Envelopes. Pine cone, probably from Christmas. Perfectly good boot. Talk about the 60s. But I should get this Frisbee because Mick will really enjoy it. And I don't know why they seem to be letting us just poke around in here. There's a whole, you know, roof that came off somebody's house. It's torn apart. Magazines. Boston proper, that's a good one for me. The phone book. Plastic fixtures. Old cactus. More magazines. Palm fronds. Piece of sheet metal. Extremely useful. Here's one of these 32-ouncer bottles. Probably could clean that up and use it. I really would love to find some personal photographs of somebody. I think that was when I would ever find those, and it's like those Jonestown pictures. The was something about a person throwing away like the photographs of their children or something, you know, that they would go down into this world of garbage. See, like here's a 4x6 beautiful piece of wood. I don't know what these things are. Some kind of furniture, some kind of office furniture. Tires. A lot of wood here. More magazines. What's this? Oh, it's National Geographic.
Well, there's going to be an event here today. Do you know about it?
Yeah, I know about it.
What do you know about it?
I know that it's going to happen.
Pro-choice, say
Why is the Holland Tunnel named the Holland Tunnel? Do you know?
That's the chief engineer, Clifford B. Holland.
Demonstration area between Watts and Canal Street. Where the hell is the demonstration area?
So this is a women's action. What do you think of that? Any sympathy
I think
for the issue?
people have their choices. That's basically it. Everyone has their choice.
What do you mean?
Well, it's their bodies. They have a right to do with their bodies that they see fit. Women. So that's it. My impression of it. That's basically how I feel. That's my impression.
So is this an emotional time for you before covering?
Not really. I'm used to covering demonstrations, so it's not really a big thing. Have a good day.
You're obviously sympathetic to the issue.
Well, personally, not professionally, I have no sympathies.
So as a journalist, you're just covering it?
To see what happens. I'm covering it from both sides. I want to see really how a demonstration's put together. So I talked to some of them last night, and I want to see how it ends up today.
So what's your impression right now?
I'm kind of wondering where they are. There's a lot of cops and not a lot of people. I saw them wandering by in groups, but I haven't seen them since. Sit down. Pro-choice! Stay steady! 1709! Pro-choice! Stay steady! Abortion! 1040!
Just hold them on place. Just hold it.
13162!
Right here. Stop it right here.
Over there.
Our bodies, our lives, our rights to decide. Our bodies, our lives, our rights to decide.
Move it up, move it up.
Our lives, our right to decide.
No, I know what you're saying, but we're not blocking Watts at the moment.
So what do we do? What do you want me to do?
We have people here to decide.
Our bodies, our lives, our rights to decide. No peace, no choice, no peace, no choice.
They gotta bring him back this way. Get behind the seat.
No peace, no choice, no peace, no choice, no peace, no choice, no peace, no choice, no peace. Your name? Rafsky, Bob Rafsky.
Well, the traffic coming south on Varick Street is being diverted at Spring Street. Okay, that's as far south on Varick as they can come.
And then?
They're swinging it around, I believe, all the way down south, if it's cleared. I believe the Canal Street entrance to the tunnel is open. You can see the traffic going that way.
Oh, yeah.
No peace, no choice, no peace, no choice, peace, no choice, no peace.
Let's back up.
Move it.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Who are you covering it for?
BAI.
What's your name?
Marianne Miller.
So what do you think?
I think it's a media event. How about you?
Oh, it's pretty
I
emotional.
think it's wonderful. Did you see that last thing when they 50 people? They didn't expect that. They took the police by surprise. You know, that's Tom Duane down there.
Who?
Tom Duane, our council person.
295, 249. 295. All the way over, you're in the press. All the way over.
Who are you reporting for?
KKK
cable network.
So what do you think?
I think I'm getting mashed at the moment.
On the sidewalk, please.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk.
Hold on, I'm caught on somebody.
Who are you reporting for?
I'm with the New York Times.
So do you think you'll get good coverage of this? There wasn't anything in the paper today at all.
Are you interviewing me?
Yeah.
I don't really want to be interviewed.
Okay.
Let's go! Back on the sidewalk! Let's go! Let's go! Back, please, back. It's not over here. Thank you. Will you please step back?
I'm going back.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go on the sidewalk. Go back to
Hey, man, that's my lucky number.
Welcome.
I'm going to the 7th precinct. That's my lucky number.
Cuff him right now. Get this guy out of here. You locked him up, too.
Let's go.
Excuse me.
All right, please behave yourself then.
This is important now. This is a masterpiece.
The Lone Ranger means everything that represents good to me in this world. Integrity and honor and consideration for others. And he has given me a goal and a model to pattern my life after.
The Lone Ranger. Fiery horse.
My first recollection was the very first program I ever watched was The Lone Ranger.
The speed of light, a cloud of dust.
Yes, I watch him every Saturday back in Texas.
And a hearty Hi-Yo Silver.
Better than the cartoons.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Clayton Moore, the amazing Clayton Moore. There he is, looking fantastic. There he is, Clayton Moore. Today being honored with the 1,848th star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, please greet the Lone Ranger, Clayton Moore.
Thank you, big kids. Y'all have your Cheerios today? Thank you for being here. From the bottom of my heart, I truly mean this. And this star that I'm going to receive today belong to you fans, all of you that have backed me all my life. Thank you. Now,
Did you hear what the sheriff just said? He's got an old film in the Vice Bureau of me wearing a mask. I don't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the Walk of Fame, Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger.
Look up, Clayton! Look up!
Okay.
very nice. Okay, here we go. Just go ahead, make your name.
All the things that I remember, but I'm your greatest fan.
Thank you.
The way you sat a horse.
Thank you, sir.
The way you sat a horse was the greatest.
Can you tell us what Kimosabi means?
Kimosabi is Potawatomi Indian. It's one of the finest compliments and greetings that an Indian and a white man can bestow upon each other. And it means faithful friend.
Why, you Kimosabi. Kimosabi? That sounds familiar.
That's right, Kimosabi. You trusty scout.
Trusty scout?
Did I ever shoot anybody? Absolutely not.
Oh, I'll shoot if I have to. But I'll shoot to wound, not to kill.
Clayton, at the end of all your episodes, the people always say we never had a chance to thank him. I guess today we have a chance to thank you.
Well, yes, it's appreciated, and All of you folks out there, thanks from the bottom of my heart.
You all alone now. Last man. You are Lone Ranger.
Yes, Tonto. I am a Lone Ranger.
On television, you kids are going to be watching this. Remember one thing, please, for me. Honor thy father and thy mother. And thanks, Lone Ranger and Tonto. Adios. Adios, sir.
Before 1945, chemical farming was unheard of in America. Now it's a fact of life and death. Wise up, America. Support organic farming.
What did you think of that? What did you think of that? Up there, did you see that?
Yeah, what was it for?
What did you think? What did you think about
I
it?
only paid just at the end. I didn't see the whole thing.
What do you think? What do you think it means?
I don't know.
Coat hanger and blood. Does that say anything? I don't know.
Abortion. Abortion.
Yeah, like a home abortion.
Is that what it is up there?
It's a protest, I guess, against the people that would try to make abortion illegal, so doctors can't perform it. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think they should let the people go to a regular doctor and have an abortion. We've got too many things running around that shouldn't be running around.
Right. What you mean? I don't think so. I think that was it.
What do you?
Did you see this? Did you see this? What happened up here?
No.
Did you watch this? What happened up here?
No.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Well, when?
Just now, 5 minutes ago.
What happened?
Well, a woman gave herself an abortion.
Oh my God. With a hanger?
Yeah.
They still do that?
They're gonna do it again?
Demonstration
or something.
It's a protest. She didn't really do it. It was a protest, a demonstration.
Oh, okay. Because they have that abortion center, Margaret Sanger, in 2nd Avenue, where this guy tried to bomb. Remember?
Yeah.
And this guy put a couple of bombs. See, I'm against abortion personally.
I go.
Okay, but you know, I want to defend the women that they have the right to decide for themselves.
Right.
I personally wouldn't have an abortion.
Right.
But I have to defend the women that want that right to
And they should be
decide.
able to go to a doctor if they have to, right?
Sure.
If they want to.
Not some crackpot, you know, that's gonna mutilate them.
Like the guy on.
Like on Avenue A, the guy with the baby came out without the arm. Yeah. Like that.
That was a legal abortion, but.
But I defend the right for the woman to choose for herself. I'm anti-abortion, for me.
Right. A lot of people feel that way.
Right.
Same way you do.
But, you know, in rapists, incest, all of those things you have to consider and weigh.
Right.
Economic reasons.
Right.
Yeah, look at these people. They have 8 kids because they think every kid they have, they can get more money on welfare for them.
Right.
They don't practice birth control method because they weren't taught how to prevent unwanted pregnancies.
Right.
Okay.
So we gotta
That's
have more
my
education
opinion.
too, right?
Yeah, in schools and the parents communicating with their children. My daughter, you know, I have a daughter, she became pregnant and she had an abortion, but that was her choice. After that, she took birth control.
Yeah.
Not to do that again.
Birth control is better.
Yeah, you could have to do the rhythm method.
Right.
Like in
A
the
lot of ways.
Catholic Church.
Right.
You know? And that's it.
Did you see that? What happened up there? You missed it? No. What happened? It was a protest, a demonstration.
Right? Strong message.
Yeah.
She's still up there?
Okay, why don't you start by introducing yourself?
My name is Elise Milliken. I'm a performance artist, New York-based. Abortion is not the government's right to decide. It's my right to decide. It's everybody's right to decide what they want to do with their body. The government doesn't own my art. The government doesn't own my body, so hands off.
Okay. Are you scared up there?
No. No, I wasn't, because I'm doing this for a reason. And, you know, if it's a little shocking, that's good. You have to suffer a little bit for your art, because you have to suffer a lot in life.
That's true. Well, I think the message got across.
Good. It better get across all of America.
Yeah, it's Million Vanilli. No, we're in Honolulu, Hawaii, and we like the 90s. And we really love watching it. It's the best liberal television can buy on KTUH.
What?
You ever watch the 90s?
90s. Oh. Of course I do. I love the 90s.
And also Camnet. This is also
Oh, Camnet.
Oh, dude.
Here, I got my Camnet card. Here.
Oh, yeah.
This is a small space that we kind of like converted into a little art space nightclub that people seem to have taken more interest in we could care to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems that it's funny that if something small and original happens in Hawaii, that people really like rush it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now tell him that.
Yeah.
You asshole.
You can't swear, dude.
On the 90s?
You can do anything.
Yeah. Wait, come here.
No, dude.
Don't play that power trip on me. Well, anyway.
Well, you guys are partners.
Yeah, I guess so. It's male bonding. It's a lot of male shit, and I don't know.
Who's
Who gets the most out of it?
What is the most? You mean like fun?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Guy does.
I get the most
Guy
fun,
has fun all
and he
the
gets
time.
the bank book.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call me a capitalist.
Well, who's who?
I'm probably both. And he's pure capitalist.
What about Joan?
Joan, what is Joan? Joan's a Maoist.
She comes from Maui. Here today, gone to Maui.
Well, let's go in and check it out.
All right.
This very uninteresting place.
Okay, what do you call it?
What did he call it? He calls it a factory with a K.
Yeah, what do you call it?
I call it the same thing. Hey, can you buzz us in?
Sure.
To this incredibly boring club. We don't sell alcohol, and so we decided to set a caged area where everyone could drink inside the cage. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like saying they're animals. I don't know. No big deal. It's already here. So we keep all the drinkers contained to one area so they can act stupid and silly. Actually, I really don't think it's very anything exciting about this place, except that it's been an exciting experience for me. And it seems like a pretty boring club. And the only thing we do is we try to treat people like people. And I'm not sure in this town if that's done. For some reason, that people seem to catch on really fast. We start getting really crowded right away. I don't know. I really don't understand, because I'm just doing something that I thought would be nice if I went to a place, that I'd want to go to a place where it's not expensive and there's lots of fun things and toys, because I don't like dancing, and there's video games and movies playing all the time. In a sense, I'd like to go to my living room, but with a lot of friends, and maybe that's what this is. The only thing is that I think on the mainland this is quite common, and in Hawaii it's not. It's not common on the mainland? Okay. Well, maybe what will happen is in a few weeks I'll start getting really greedy about the money being made here, and I'll start changing it to be a very boring place. But right now it's a fun place for me to go, and as long as it stays a fun place for me and my partner to go, I really feel like I'll like to keep doing it. But there's a lot of factors in Hawaii that try to stop you from creating a space where it's a neutral space where people can go and actually just have fun, and it's hopefully not a meat market, and it's not a place where you have to drink. And some of the things that try to stop you are that we're in a society where, I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who don't take risks, and in a sense they feel we're taking a risk. And in that case, we're under close scrutiny by different factions in the city who are, and also I think a lot of people, some people are a little scared of us, because I don't know if they realize this, but this is kind of like the simplest way to do things. We did things where if people bring chairs, they get in free. If people brought furniture, they get in free. If people brought art, they get in free. And what happens is we get a community sense. I'm not saying with everybody, and this is not overall, but the really nice thing is that we got a strong base of people here who, like, when the lights go on at night, the audience stop dancing and they help clean up. Sky, the skaters.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro, man? Nice to meet you.
Why you guys come here?
Because, you know, we gotta support the club because Guy and Matt, they're cool people, you know? And we have fun here, so we gotta support the club.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit what he's saying, but what he really says is he gets free admission and he's always cool.
Yeah, something like that. In relation.
And also they're good friends.
What do you like doing the best in here? What do I like doing the best here? Hanging out. Oh, I don't know, I kind of like skanking to ska, you know? Ska's pretty much my favorite choice of music. But, you know, I just like to see people that I don't normally see during the weekday. Come here and just meet everyone and have fun.
Guy, you ought to open up that second room for the skaters.
We just checked the insurance prices on it. I love to do it, but I don't need to pay another $11,000.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah. So
you're gonna have to charge more.
There's a problem. There's a lot of things I'd like to do here, but the establishment won't allow it. The crippling establishment, and that's America.
chemicals and they blow the waste away. Down the pipes and through the ground they go each and every day. And the water keep on moving under cities, under streets. The river flow back to the sea, back into the chain. We cannot survive without it. Cool, clear water.
Like a wave of the sea which is tossed and driven by the wind. Let not that type of man or woman or teenager think for one moment now that they shall be able to receive anything of the Lord. And when Christ come, he coming like a thief in the night. The more God reveals to people, the more they get out here and take it out of the line. That's why Christ said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be right.
I'm telling you, they create suffering. I asked you, what are you doing in your life to help this planet? What are you doing?
I live my life. I don't worry about no.
How are you making a difference, man? How are you making a difference?
Why do I have to make a difference?
Why? Otherwise, you're just a fucking parasite.
Your ass is.
You think we're here just to masturbate, man, and have sex?
You have masturbated. I didn't say I masturbated. You're the one that does it, dude.
Listen, I asked you.
With that red shit all over your fucking apron, dude.
What are you doing? What are you doing to make a difference? The only reason I'm doing this, and I don't want to do this, I'm doing this so I can get the word out about the truth behind factory farms, behind the meat industry, behind the United States government. The United States government is the meat industry. They're the ones that do this.
Would you prefer to like the Cuban government or something like that?
I would prefer to overthrow the government, really.
Whatever.
That's my trip. I don't vote for anybody. I'd rather see the government overthrown than changed and altered and new people put in.
What country do you prefer?
Pardon me?
What country do you prefer? United States or another country?
Neither.
Neither, huh?
I prefer to live.
If you don't like it, then leave.
I've heard that before. No, I prefer to live in a world, a planet, where people...
Where is this world then?
We can make that way.
What does that mean? So we have rejected you.
Talk with her, though.
All right, it's better for a man or woman.
Wow. You know, a lady went by, and she goes, and I say to her, she made a statement about tenderloin, you know, meat, and so I can't wait to go home and cook me a tenderloin. And I said, what are you doing to make a difference? And she goes, I'm making a better world for the butchers. I'll never forget that statement as long as I live. I'm making a better world for the butchers, you know. So that tells me that I want to keep up my fight, you know, because people that make these comments show me that I'm supposed to be here as a buffer in this male-dominated society. You know, I'm a male, but I also consider myself a feminist male because I have to live in a world of men with attitudes like that. I know this guy wants to change, but he's afraid, you know? He's afraid.
Well, that's really very big of you to say that he wants to change.
He does, but he's too influenced by negative. He's being influenced by too much negativity in the world. That's what's holding him from going to the next higher platform. But he will. It may not be in this lifetime. It might be in another lifetime, but maybe in this lifetime. It takes time, but change comes about when maybe you go through a lot of battles in your life, and then you see a lot of pain and suffering like I have concerning animals and people. And it brings you to that level. So he's not there. Maybe I was too harsh on him, you know? Maybe I was. Maybe I was a little too harsh on him because my thing out here is not to be harsh on people. My thing is here to educate people. But every once in a while I like to just fling it, you know? I just like to be like, you know, battle. Oh, I know, it's not really good. Hi. Check out some of the information I have here. This is about all this poison people get from eating chicken, salmonella.
A kid that grew up in New Mexico who thought of the sea as covering 3/4 of the earth and being invincible. It's a terrifying revelation to realize just how fragile the sea is.
I can see why you like that. Looks like fun.
Oh, yeah, it's great fun. Right up till you step on the trash on the beach.
Yeah, I see a lot of styrofoam down here, huh?
Yeah, plastic be on the world's beaches probably for another 10, 15 million years. You know, it just doesn't biodegrade.
So after we're gone, there'll still be plastic, huh?
Only thing that makes it disintegrate is the sunlight. So
really?
It could last theoretically forever if it gets buried. Conservation starts with you on an individual level. Yeah. When you see it wrong, you make it right. Look at all the suicidal birds. Yeah, that's another sad thing. Come down here and see these polluted waters, see these birds. Every day, this is what we see down here. We see birds drinking what they think is clean water, and it's not. It's polluted. It's full of toxins. It's full of, you know, petrochemicals. It's full of bacteria, and they don't know any better. And then you come down here in another couple of days, and you'll see dead birds. We find dead birds down here all the time. Not to mention what dead animals may wash out of the out of this Kenner storm drain. It's full of anything and everything that washes off from the typical gutters, the storm drain system,
so what's in
catch
there?
basins.
What's in there?
Heavy metals, toxics, oil, fecal matter, probably. You know, dog waste. We've got people that have complained about throat irritations, eye irritations, ear rashes. Infections.
People have gotten cancer down here.
Lifeguards have been, there's been stories told of lifeguards that may have contracted cancer. One of the gals that's was a lifeguard and a swimmer and a surfer, good friend of ours, is dying of cancer right now. That's really sad. To even think that it could have possibly been caused by surfing or swimming out here locally. She grew up here. And we just don't know. We don't know. We can't point fingers for sure, but it's.
Wow, what does that say about the little kids that play down here?
Lord knows. What's it say about myself, my friends that have been surfing down here for years? I mean, you think it scares the hell out of me. My brother-in-law's got thyroid cancer, and I probably got more time in the water in front of this drain than he does. So
scares the hell out of me.
So you're going to stop this drain?
We're going to stop it. We're going to put a cork in it. That's been our concept the whole time.
All right.
Put a cork in the drain, get it diverted, build a treatment center locally here that can clean up this water, clean up the toxins, and reuse this 100 to 300,000 gallons of water a day.
Put it to use.
And put it to use. And then what's left over, what they can't use or store, would go out this pipe. At least it'll have some benefit. It'll go out this pipe, but it's going to go out into the water as, you know, Arrowhead or Avion water.
Right.
Which if we're going to put something out,
clean it first.
Clean it first.
Exactly.
I mean, our life came from this ocean. Yeah.
Right.
Task Force.
Blue Water Task Force.
And surf
I love it.
Surf riders.
Uh-huh.
That's, we're responsible.
So people that want to do this, they want to help save the ocean, they would join Surfrider, huh?
Want to help save the planet? Work with the planet.
That's right.
Pick up after yourself.
That's right.
I gotta go. Take care. See ya. See you guys.
Lenny Bruce was the most controversial comedian of our time. Here is an anthology of his articles, commentaries, and essays. It's yours for $10 from The Realist, Box 1230, Venice, California. And with this book, you'll get a free copy of The Realist. This was Lenny's favorite publication, the most irreverent newsletter in America. So send $10 for the Lenny Bruce anthology and a free copy of The Realist.
Perfect.
We might want to, I wonder if we can climb up to the periphery for the view. Oh yeah, oh this is great. So this is really just standing on Garbage Mountain. And the crows are down there, and the freeway, and all those new houses that are built in the last year, settling down in there. And Bob Hope's land all over here. How you doing?
Holy good God. You guys are...
What do you got here? Anything good for me?
Huh?
Getting some real value vibes from this truckload.
Boy, when I get rid of stuff, man.
You can't wait to unload this stuff.
They can't stand it. I'll tell you what was too bad. They got rid of the one on the Sepulveda.
I know, that was really the one,
that
wasn't
was
it?
Perfect, absolutely perfect. I remember one time Hollywood was getting rid of a whole bunch of these little plastic styrofoam hats. They had 1,000 of them.
All blowing around?
Guys,
yeah.
No, they're in a pile.
Uh-huh.
The guys in the cats were wearing them. I used to load up the truck and taking them home.
Yeah, oh God, what a garage sale item.
That was marvelous. But I got a, what do they call it, a WPA cement barrel. Because I usually end up coming back with as much as
yeah, I got a few good things there.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I used to tell
they used to not let you pick through stuff here. They'd get you out of here real fast.
No, I don't think they let you do it anymore, but
yeah.
At one time you could, at least the one in Sepulveda, I remember a guy would come with a Model T truck. It was exciting. I used to tell my dates when I was single, if you play your cards right, I'll take you on the most fascinating date you'll ever have seen, which is going to the dump.
Did you tie this load up yourself?
Yeah, no, my wife did. No, I do a bad job, and I hope not.
Oh, God, well, it looks like you saved everything. I don't think you left anything on the freeway.
I got my sweet wife trained. She seems to know what she's doing. She's a tired.
So what is this, your garage? Uh-oh, you losing air?
I don't know. I hope not. Sure looks like it.
Now you got me worried.
Yeah.
I got new tires on the front, though. But if ever there was a place where there were a bunch of nails sticking in the ground, it's this place.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's one of the liabilities of coming up here. What'd you do, tear down your garage or something?
No, just the same old fool.
Same old stuff in the back?
Lots of crudola. Everybody has it.
Uh-huh.
So, don't ever be a landlord.
Oh, God.
People, up in Berkeley, though, it's twice as bad as it is here.
Up where?
Berkeley.
How come? Here, you want me to untie this?
Well, that's fine, yeah. Except that it's cheaper up there. A lot cheaper.
Is that where you come from? I mean, you used to live in Berkeley? Oh, yeah.
I don't quite understand why it's cheaper, but it is.
Well, it seems to me this is much more expensive than the last time I came out here. Oh, wait, here's somebody.
Somebody told you to do that? No, it's not. It's not public here. It's not street.
Okay.
No, it's put everybody now here in trouble.
Okay. All
right, we'll turn it off.
Okay, sorry.
The supervisor will come and talk to you.
Okay, okay. Okay, sorry.